Let's see what happens in this hand.
Jack 7-9.
JRB's got jacks. Garrett's got a double belly buster. And Dwan still has 8s, and Chris still has 4s.
Then you can do what's called a cannon, where you hit one ball and your ball hits the other ball.
And also he's got more snooker talk, which I can never get enough of.
And you keep going till you can't make either a cannon.
Adelstein bets 9,000.
Keep going.
Dwan's coming along. He would love to beat Garrett. And JRB's in. He's got top pair. Dwan would make a straight with a 10. But here's a queen, which gives Garrett Adelstein the best hand known to man at this point in time. And JRB has got top 2 pair, so there's going to be some trouble in River City.
Adelstein bets $20,000.
As deliberate as ever.
We don't have shot clock today?
I tried.
And Dwan passes a little comment. Remember we used to say in Brooklyn, he passed a comment?
Yeah.
He passed a comment. JRB called, and now let's see what Garrett does and how long he takes on the river here. That 3 was a safe card. JRB still has top 2 pair, and Garrett has the nuts. JRB says, do something, bro. Tom Dwan's leg is working overtime.
Ooh, 125,000, Gabe.
How much?
125,000, JRB. Insta call.
125 and a call. What 25 and call.
Yeah.
Garrett put JRB on the right hand, made an oversized bet, aggravated him a little bit too, and won the money.
I keep giving her another chance, and then...
A couple of ducks for Holtman.
Yeah, I will.
Calls.
I actually did first this time.
That's why I'm impressed. You say ducks, you learned immediately that it's not pair of 2s,
No.
it's ducks.
Call. 3 players.
And a single set of 2s for Holtman.
Ducks. And that single set is much easier to get. That double set doesn't happen too often. But this hand is going to be trouble for Jennifer. She's got a king with a good kicker, 2 hearts out there.
She bet 5,000, and now here's Holtman. Raises to 17,000.
Jennifer might raise back. She does not want Kim drawing at a flush. And Doyle's texting me right now. He wants to play Candyland after the show's over. Jennifer is not putting Kim on a bigger king.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah. Cool place. Close to LA.
Raise.
Whoa.
Really?
3 bets to 50,000.
I like it a lot.
I haven't been much.
If Kim's been paying attention to how Jennifer's been playing, he would move it all in right.
No traffic.
Now, I don't think she's getting away from it.
I think inequality seems to have gotten way worse.
Way worse. Not even close, yeah.
He calls.
Call.
I feel like the U.S. was already on a pretty quick downward spin with that.
That.
Another heart on the turn.
That gives Jennifer a safety net, a way out.
Check.
I would think Kim realizes Jennifer's got to have a king.
A night? You can't drink 5K worth of liquor a night by yourself.
Well, it's not even that. They then charge you
but she might have
22%.
just the kind of hand she has.
Charge you the
A
30.
king with a big heart.
So by the time you're done,
Drink how much liquor?
$5,000 a person.
Did you go to dinner with Dickie Carson? He was an old-time bookmaker. He'd order $5,000 bottles of wine like that.
Holtman bets 50,000.
Free.
50,000?
I didn't drink much, but I drank when I did drink.
I really don't understand his betting patterns. I think he should have gone all in on the flop, and I think he should have gone all in here. Jennifer can win with a heart.
No.
No, that's a terrible card. Jennifer is not getting away now.
Check.
I hope he doesn't bet another 50,000.
I'm all in.
He's all in.
He's all in.
Oh dear. I was calling for the flush draw, so if you have a flush, you've got me beat. How much is it?
There's a chance Jennifer could have got away from this
I don't know. I
hand
have a really good hand, but I don't have a flush.
if that jack didn't come. I just don't see her getting away from it now.
80,600.
Kim, did you hit a flush on the turn? It kind of looked like it. Here's what I can beat. A bluff?
10 seconds.
I can't imagine you'd be bluffing all the way to the river. This is what I can beat. Ace king. That's what I can beat. I call.
Call.
Over $360,000 pot.
Wow. Nice hand.
Like to see Big Papa win a hand here.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Call. Call.
Oh.
Check.
Two spades for Stanley, queens for Dwan.
John's going to bet 10,000.
Stanley's going to call. He also has an inside straight draw. He's going to raise.
Wait a minute. He's raising to 30,000.
Dwan has an inside straight draw also, so he will not be leaving this hand at this point.
He calls.
Deuce of clubs. Will Stanley continue?
He's going to bet 40,000.
A strong continue.
Yeah.
You got my number, Tom, tonight.
Stanley already won the Warren Buffett Award,
Yes.
and he's trying to put himself in a position to win next year's Al Jolson Award.
Yeah. It's been a little chatty.
Call.
Tom calls. There's the flush for Tang.
An all-purpose spade. Gives Stanley the flush and Tom Dwan the straight.
This ought to be interesting.
He's just thinking about how much to bet. It looks like the 9 of spades is a bad card for Tom Dwan. The only hand he really could have is Queen 10 or Jack 10. But he's not. He's going to fire
125,000.
all cylinders. Tom could be thinking, well, maybe Stanley made a straight two, and it's a split pot. Well, maybe he has nothing.
40.
Stanley does not seem to be afraid of a straight.
Flush.
Adelstein raised to 3,000 with the ace-7 of clubs, and Daniel 3-bets to 10,000 with his tens.
I see Garrett calling.
Garrett's going to 4-bet to 40 grand.
I did not see that.
Been a quiet night for Daniel so far.
Call.
Call.
Daniel's not going to get pushed around.
Heads up.
Pair of fives on the flop.
Now, if Garrett does have the overpair he was representing, he would bet. He checks, and now Daniel's thinking, well, maybe he does have an overpair, and he's trying to trap me, so I'll check too.
Another 5 on the turn.
If Garrett had aces, he might check and try and induce Daniel to bet. But if he had jacks or queens, he would be betting.
He checks.
Daniel checks. He's going to proceed cautiously. I don't believe Garrett thinks he can win with an ace. Maybe Daniel's got something like king, queen suited. Hard to believe he'd call 40,000 with king, queen suited. So Garrett's got to believe he doesn't have the best hand.
All in.
He's putting Daniel all in. He's put about 200,000 out there. Daniel, you see, has 179,000. Garrett's made these kind of big bets, and he's had it every time he's made it. So I guess he's hoping Daniel's noticed that, and Daniel is putting him on aces. Making it look like he really has the big pair.
You win.
But he's not fooling Daniel.
I got 50,
Boy, oh boy.
100, 125.
That would have worked against a lot of players.
175,
That couldn't happen for me, huh?
179.
Show me the nuts.
This is a serious bet. See that?
This time he's got a real hand.
Here we go. Haven't had a hand with you yet. I'm like No, I'm not going to say because it's mean. Oh, here, go ahead. Okay.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Eric has the king high flush,
Hey, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
and Bryn flops the
What's
set.
that? Come on, man. You really think, like, let's pretend you flopped the flush here. I'm out of position. You're just going to raise me in this spot?
Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Because if you really have a flush, I'm probably going to bet the turn.
But then the pot's so small.
You're right.
He 3-bets to 29,000.
See?
You got the flush on.
Of course. Yeah, I have the flush. It's a monster.
All right.
Bryn just calls. He wants to see if a club's going to come off on the turn.
At least we have a pot, right?
Exactly.
No pair on the turn. No club either.
62.
62,000.
No problem for Persson.
Good
62,000.
for all the money.
That's good. Having a good time.
Me too.
I would guess that Bryn's going to go all in.
I'm like a superstar. The world just don't know.
Maybe it does.
Bryn just called.
Oh, man.
He needs the board to pair.
How are you going to fold the river now? You're so committed. I'm all in.
All in.
You think I wasn't going to fire the third bullet? Of course I was.
Bryn has got a call. If Eric has a flush, he has him.
You just torched 80. Should have just folded the flop.
Couldn't have folded the flop.
Pat, you got to tell him, you can't make that call on the flop if you're not prepared to go through the river. You just let it go. You fight another day. But not Bryn. He's like, I'm going to out-muscle him. It's very rare that people bluff with nothing, you know what I'm saying, on the river for this amount. It's like a very polarizing thing. I've made that observation.
It's very possible for Eric to have King 10 or Ace 10 with the ace or king
Let's
of
do
clubs,
this one.
and he
We're
would have
feeling
played
good
this
about
hand the
spot.
same way. He would
He's
bet on the
folding.
river thinking he's got
Maybe
the
he's
best hand.
calling. You just torched 100, actually, if you think about it. Pre-flop, all the way through. But you know what? That's a smart man. When he knows he's beat, he lets it go.
Would you buy a used car from Eric?
God. Not at all.
Good thing we don't have the clock, right, Garrett? The pro would have had to use it. Yeah, it's no good. Wasn't good then, it's not good now.
No?
No.
Call.
Call.
Flush?
Yep.
Nice hand.
I don't think Phil felt
That's blood.
Eric had a flush there.
Dwan, Ivy, and Kenny all go down.
You have to do a pre-flop.
You have to do a pre-flop, as I was telling you. Because we have to
Good
use
hand.
all of our energy, thank you, to will it into existence.
Ace King for 10.
He just calls.
Menon's got 10s. He's going to 3-bet to 13,000.
You ever play it?
Yeah.
Short deck? You like it?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't.
Bryn's going to take a shot with his Jack
I
9
like
suited.
But it doesn't spread enough to like.
Raise.
Oh,
Finally, I get to do that.
Boom. You should make a sound effect if you throw it in.
I'm all in.
There it is. That's louder than a brick.
I feel a call and a run it twice situation.
I mean, we either have the same hand or
Stanley thinking that Krish has ace king also.
how many times?
Twice as many.
All right. You want to show?
Yeah, we're
This came down real fast. $590,000 pot.
guys did not have the same hand.
I said my second part, same hand or flipping.
They call these coin flips. They're really not. Chris is a favorite.
And he gets a 10 here.
Wow, you wasted an ace.
I know.
You kind of like that flop.
That's not bad. All right. Stanley's got a shot.
Well,
Now up to 9%. Needs an ace or king.
yeah.
No.
No. And Stanley has wasted an ace and a king.
Anyone fold a 10?
I guess I would have gone broke if I just called pre-flop.
For sure.
He's actually not.
100%.
Anyone fold a 10?
I don't even remember what I had.
Ooh, queen of clubs. I'll be good at that. Four, five.
Now Chris could win with a 5 also. Ace, king, of 5. Which amounts to 18%.
All right.
Boy, oh boy.
Solid victory for Chris.
No. How do I add on?
I thought you were way up more
I
than
was up. Oh, yeah, I'm only up at 80.
Added 150.
Oh, I thought for some reason you were
I
up
was
like
up.
The rec players have done very well against the
Very
top
annoying
pros
series of events.
in today's game.
Which is what it is. Way to point that out, Kush. I appreciate that.
No, I wasn't sure what
No,
happened.
no.
Sevens for men, and he raises to 7,000.
I was up to, look, I was up 322, so. And then I punted for no reason to this guy when I should have known he had a set.
I never punted. It's a weird thing. It gave
Punted is a word everybody's using now.
What's that? Means what?
Well,
5,000.
in what Chris was saying, it means he punted. He didn't bet.
Ah,
But generally, punted means it's like an English-Irish word that means you're betting, gambling, and
Okay.
usually pretty high above your head.
Bryn Kenny's not punting here. He 3-bets to 20,000.
He is punting because this is like the opposite of how he's been playing this season.
Ah, I see.
So he's taking a shot. It's a punt.
And a couple of sixes.
And what a punt.
How about that?
He has pinned Krish back on the 2-yard line. Ball rolled out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
30.
Chris is checked, and Kenny bet 30 grand.
Krish is probably thinking, well, maybe Bryn's got an overpair, but maybe he's just got ace-king.
Call.
He calls.
Full house
Yes.
for Bryn. And Chris says, well, if you have that overpair, bet it. I might call, I might not. Last thing Chris is thinking about
80.
is Bryn having a 6.
And Bryn bet 80,000. Woof.
200.
Brick City.
200.
He raises to 200. I didn't see this coming. He's thinking Bryn does have an overpair, and he's going to put Krish on a 6. Maybe a 5, but probably a 6. Maybe quads. Does Bryn go all in or just call? I'm asking you.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't think he goes all in yet. No, not yet.
He slow plays it.
Yeah.
We will see if you're right.
All right. And he calls.
You all right?
Okay.
One more time.
$500,000 in the pot. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. We forgot that he had 7s.
Full house.
I'm all in.
Oh, my God. Chris went all in. Bryn called immediately.
Look at that pot. $934,500.